time warp or something had to happen. I was 2 miles from the Connecticut border. Believe me.
We hear more from the man who's charged with killing a state trooper. Action News at 11, right now. Good evening. The man who's charged with intentionally hitting and killing a state trooper is now behind bars and charged with first-degree murder.
Can you tell us why you did it?
I'm not sure yet. Didn't mean to.
60-year-old Alman Upton of Melrose, Florida, is officially charged with the murder of New York State Trooper Christopher Skinner. Police say Upton was driving a 2014 white Toyota pickup truck on Interstate 81 North this afternoon when he swerved to hit Skinner. As you just heard, on his way into the town of Shenango court for his arraignment, Upton said he wasn't sure why he did it. But on the way out, after he was officially charged with murder in the first degree, it was a far different story.
I was 2 miles from the Connecticut border, and all of a sudden, I'm in New York, Binghamton, New York, and this cop got killed. I don't know how it happened. There had to be a time warp. Honestly, I'm not bull. I have proofs in Connecticut. The time warp or something had to happen.
Action News spoke to Upton's next-door neighbor in Florida who said he was a bit dramatic, but overall, she said he was a nice guy. The neighbor also said that Upton has a wife and a son in Melrose. He's currently being held in the Broome County Jail without bail. Well, earlier this evening, New York State Police held a news conference to release the details on what they've described as a tragic day. Our Perry Russin was there.
New York State Police say 60-year-old Alman Upton was speeding up I-81 North when he intentionally rammed his pickup truck into State Trooper Chris Skinner, instantly killing him.
We don't know the motive. Hopefully, our investigation at some point will get to the bottom of what he was thinking and why he did it.
Skinner was standing on the right side of the highway after pulling over a BMW for speeding at noon.
And upon seeing our trooper standing next to the BMW, travel from the passing lane into the driving lane and intentionally struck the trooper and killed him.
We're at the very beginning of the process, believe me. There's a lot of work to be done.
Police say after killing Skinner, Upton drove his white pickup truck 100 yards onto a grassy hill and ran into the woods.
About an hour and 20 minutes later, a Broome County Sheriff's Office K-9 was able to track the suspect to an area where a state police helicopter was able to spot him.
Police found Upton naked, hiding in the woods, and arrested him. They still don't know why he wasn't wearing any clothes. Hours later, Upton was arraigned in the town of Shenango court and has been charged with first-degree murder.
You know, we all feel it. We feel the loss and we feel the pain, and we stand by each other.
Eyewitnesses say a mile before he killed Skinner, Upton sideswiped 2 cars on the interstate, sending one woman to the hospital. She was treated and later released. As for why the Floridian was in the area, police say Upton was traveling up the coast to visit his mother in Connecticut.
We'll be speaking to anyone who had any kind of connection to Upton, try to track his movements prior to the accident, and try to make some sense of this, honestly.
Upton has a history of driving under the influence. In 2008, he was charged with a DWI in Clay County, Florida. Police say it does not appear Upton was drunk or high at the time of the crash. With the first-degree murder charge, Upton could face up to life in prison without parole. The investigation into the case is ongoing. In Kirkwood, Perry Russin, WBNG-TV, Action News.
Well, we are learning more about Trooper Skinner, a beloved veteran of the force and someone described as an important member of the state police. Our Erica Mahoney is live tonight in front of the state police barracks in Kirkwood, where he spent most of his time. Erica.
Dave, Trooper Skinner was a 13-year veteran of the New York State Police. He worked for Troops C, E, and G, and he was assigned here to Troop C in Kirkwood in 2008 to work for the Traffic Incident Management Unit. Skinner was from Binghamton and was 42 years old. He is survived by his mother, his fiancée Serena, and his 2 children, 15-year-old Kyle and 12-year-old Aaron. State Police say he was a valued and important member of Troop C.
He was a dedicated worker. He worked very hard and took his job very seriously. He's sorely going to be missed by all of us in Troop C.
Skinner is the 15th member of the New York State Police to die in the line of duty since 2006, and the 5th line of duty death in the New York State Police in the last 10 months. Funeral arrangements are expected to come out in the next few days. For now, live in Kirkwood, I'm Erica Mahoney, WBNG-TV, Action News.
All right, Erica, thanks very much. In other news today, Broome County must find a way to fill a multi-million-dollar hole in its budget after lower than expected sales taxes could put some local programs on the chopping block. The county is expected to take in more than $2.5 million less than what was projected. Officials blame a harsh winter, an expired unemployment benefits program, and a reduction in drilling activity in Pennsylvania. Now, the county projected to bring in $31.5 million in sales taxes in the first quarter. And officials say records show they had rebounded from the flood of 2011, and they even added a 1% increase in spending.
Our austerity plan will not impact the public safety or public health in our community. All changes being implemented at this time should have a minimum impact to the taxpayers of Broome County.
Now, the county expects to make up for the loss by holding off on filling vacant positions, cutting back on summer help and in the Parks and Highways departments, and also moving the Family First program to a new location at the Social Services Department. Another name is added to the ballot for City Court Judge. Christian Root announces his candidacy tonight. Friends and family gathered to hear Root officially become a candidate for Binghamton City Court Judge. The Democrat says he believes this is the most important judgeship because it deals with everything from animal control to landlord issues to domestic disputes.
You need somebody that has experience dealing with people and dealing with the problems that people have. In my career, I've worked with everybody from child victims to elderly to mentally ill.
Root grew up in the city of Binghamton and has been an attorney for more than 22 years. He's currently the first assistant county attorney for Tioga County. He joins two other Democrats on the ballot, and the vote will be in November. And the town of Union tonight, a Broome County lawyer is vying for an open family court judge seat. Stephen Cornwell announces his candidacy. The Republican says he hopes to make a big improvement in the county and stand up for the county's children.
I truly believe that family court judge is the most important position that will be on the ballot this fall. The kids, the future, all rests with these children, and they have never had it harder than they have it today.
Currently, Cornwell practices family law for the Supreme Court. He says he has 10 years of experience in family court, criminal, and Supreme Court. There will be a primary held in September with a big vote coming in November. And still to come here on Action News, a toddler in Portland, Oregon is safe tonight after walking in the middle of the street and almost getting hit by a bus. We have more on this story and some amazing video coming up a little later in the broadcast.